Okie dokie. Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Well, today I'm gonna be trying to make a educational video. I'm gonna be talking about something super important for me. I really want to educate the Airsoft community about some things. I do not think I'm some guru, I do not think I know it all, but I'm very good at finding data and facts to back up my things. I will never share any feely craft or theory craft on this channel. I'm not sharing my feelings. I don't share what I think. I don't share my politics. I don't share all kinds of useless fucking shit that doesn't matter to you. I am only gonna show you proof and evidence and data to back up what I'm actually talking about. So today we're gonna be talking about and educating you guys about hop-up units. No, it doesn't matter what brand it is. It doesn't matter if it's to the MTW. It doesn't matter if it's to an AG. It doesn't matter what it's for. Most people come to me in the field and be like, hey Kaslab, Casper, whatever. My gun is really new and I just bought it, and can you tell me how it shoots? Is it good? I've just set it up. And most people come to me and they're like, what is your effective range? They're like, what is that? Well, effective range, I will show you guys later, but it is where your gun is actually the most efficient. So it's kind of important to talk about, don't you think so? Well, let me show you guys. Today, I'm gonna be using my Huawei tablet only because this app I'm gonna show you, which is called Airsoft Ballistics, can only be downloaded on Android, sadly. So I had to use this. So let's open Airsoft Ballistics. Airsoft Ballistics has some things we can talk about, but today we're gonna be talking about the trajectory graph. The trajectory graph is actually super important. You're like, why is it important? Well, here we're going to be able to see what is our effective range. Let's set it up to my gun, to my SPR. I use 45s. My SPR, not DMR. SPR, because people go mad over that. Let's see how hard it is shooting right now. There we go. 278. 278 joules. Ideally, it's 1. It's actually higher. Let's see here. 9. No. Let's see, 2.8. Yeah, that's around it. So my gun, my SPR, my Airsoft replica is shooting 2.89 joules. So to find out my effective range, don't mind where it says hop up, like the hop up thing doesn't matter, like the percentages, because different technologies, R hop, S hop, flat hop, these nuts hop, whatever hop, it doesn't matter. This is just theory, okay? This is showing evidence of what can happen with whatever, okay? So now let's see, okay, I can shoot 200 meters. Let's see. I can shoot 100 meters with my airsoft gun. Boom. There we go. Shooting 100 meters. Nice. Easy peasy. Let's put a little bit degree, because 10 also, because, I aim a little bit up, you always aim a little bit over, then we shoot at 100 meters, right? But no. So this is obviously, is this effective range? What do you think? Right here it is a surprisingly high curve, right? A average human being is 180, let's say that. This is literally, I will say 170 because that's me. This is literally hitting at its highest 2.7 meters. This is not effective. When I reach 24 meters, I'm 1.87 meters. Like my BB trajectory, it's already 1.8 meters up, which is kind of high. And you're like, okay, well, I can just shoot him in the belly. Yeah, well, that's true. You can just shoot him in the belly and it will hit him in the head maybe. Well, now it goes skyrocketing and the BB hits the moon. It's at 2.7 meters, which is absolutely insane. This is what is considered overhop. Overhop is a bad thing in 99% of every single sense of airsoft. Overhop sucks. You don't want overhop. Overhopping is this is not effective range. Not good. You're like, okay, well, my friend Sniper shoots 200 meters and he just needs one shot and they can be running and he just hits them. Well, then from 100 meters to 180 meters he cannot hit anyone, right? Because you know, it's not effective. He needs to get a lot of overhop and a lot of backspin to get the BB so far. Well, with my SPR setup, ideally, the best way is to get a as flat curve as possible, a flat trajectory as possible, so I have an effective range where I can hit someone all the time with my BB. Obviously, in the end, you want the little loop, the little curve. You want the little curve in the end, but this is a absurd curve. So when I set up my gun and I say I need effective range, let's see here. This is still not effective. I think this is dumb. There we go. This is kind of high still. There we go. I would not go higher than this. So now my gun is set to a certain amount of hop up, and my gun is shooting at 2.88 joules with 0.45s, which is pretty hardcore. But from 0 meters to 56 meters, the highest it hits is 1.9 meters, which is a lot of people actually. Well, that's if you aim them directly in the head. Well, you can just aim them in the chest and you will hit them in the head now. So now we have effective range all the way from 0 meters to, I will say we can shoot people at 83 meters without overhopping. So now we don't have overhopping. You're like, okay, so what does that mean? Well, you're not going to be lopping your BBs. Lopping your BBs can be effective in some ways and in some cases, but most people should get away from that old ass habit, because today we have good BBs, we have good hop up. So you can actually use your hop up. You don't need to aim into the air, you don't need to send your BBs to the moon. Like, you can actually have a flat trajectory. And that's what we want in Airsoft, because this is called effective range. Well, it can also go the other way. You can have underhop. Well, what is underhop? Well, yeah, I mean, you can clearly see now the graph is going down at 5 meters. The BB is already starting to not go very far. This is probably not extremely realistic, but like, this is called underhop. We don't want that, but we also don't want overhop. So when you go and to the field, you're like, okay, so I go around, look at the field, maybe you know it, maybe it's the first time. The first thing I always do when I go to a field that I haven't played on before, I'm like, okay, I go around, look like, so which kind of ranges am I going to be shooting people at? Okay, I see, I'm going to be shooting people at 65 meters. So I'm going to be like, okay, 65 meters. Okay, are they 2.5 meters tall? Probably not. Well, let's say I'm going to shoot them at 65 meters. Now I can shoot them at 65 meters and aim them in the head, and I will still hit them in the head. So this is a pretty good effective range, but ideally you want a little bit extra range, because if they are a little bit longer away than 60 meters, you want to hop the BB a little bit more. And here we go again, 2 meters, I think that's too high. 190 is pretty decent. You're like, okay, there's not a lot of 190 meter tall people. Well, aim them in the chest and hit them in the head. So now we're not overhopping the BB like crazy. We have effective range all here. It's not like this. You're not gonna hit anybody at 50 meters. You're literally gonna have to be aiming at the feet. And if you aim at the feet, then there can be obstacles in the way, there can be grass, there can be so many stupid things in the way, and you will not hit the person. So this is dead zone now, so much dead zone, dead hop that you're just using for nothing. And that's not what you want. You want to have an effective range. So to educate people, I'll be like, okay, turn down your hop, have a straight curve as possible in 2023, a straight curve as possible, without overhopping your BB. Obviously, some people who play sniper is like, yeah, I can shoot really freaking far, but I need to overhop to shoot really far. I'm like, okay, sure. But what do you do if you have to shoot someone in the middle where your BB is curving or lopping, overhopping like crazy? Well, I'm just shooting people far away because I sit in the forest. I'm like, okay, well, maybe that fits to your playstyle, but is not really the best way of hopping it. If you look at Kicking Mustang, for example, he's not overhopping like crazy. If you look at Name's Nico is actually a lot like me in this thing. He thinks the same thing, kinda. I'm not gonna say that's his word, but like in Austria at Umbrella Armory, when we're down there playing and doing stuff, gun promotion, we're talking a lot about it, and he had like kind of the same style like me. And for example, Dodge the Hooligan doesn't overhop his BB a lot. Airsoft Cam Man has very nice clean shots, like pew, like he's shooting people at whatever ranges he's shooting at. Like, to be effective, when someone comes running towards you, you need to find a nice ground, a nice safe zone of, okay, I can hit people from the beginning of my hop to the end of my hop without having to aim for the feet. So now we have these fancy hop ups. Let's talk about this real quick. This might upset some people, but I don't care. This is Silent Industries. He's a very nice guy. He developed some really cool stuff. Very nice. But when he did his hop up video where he's testing and hitting stuff at 80 something meters, 80, let's say 83, let's just say 80 meters. I think it was 83 meters or something like that. And he's at 1.8 joules with 48s. He's like, yeah. The hop up is all the way on. So what does that mean? When a company shows you I can hit 80 meters easily, what does that? What kind of signal does that give you? I love his company. Don't take it wrong, Saspo. I love your company. It's cool. But let's go to 48s. If he's shooting, let's see. If he's shooting 1.8 joule, that's 87 meters per second. I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. Okay. 1.8 joule exactly. Okay. So when he's showing his gun and he's shooting at 80 meters now. Do you see the graph? At the highest point it's 2.7 meters. I don't know which elevation he was sitting at, if he was laying down, or whatever he was doing in the video. It was on a table, I remember. But what the fuck about from 15 meters to 69 meters? What? You're not gonna hit someone that's 2.8 meters tall. Like, that's not effective. Like, when you promote a product, you have to do it at effective range. Be like, okay, so this is actually effective range, or you have to say a maximum range, unplayable range. Or like when there's a lot of YouTubers on YouTube that do test shoots, tests of all kinds of things, it's never a good middle ground. Like, I feel like my test videos are the best on YouTube. Like, and I have to say that, but like, I show data, I show proof, I show evidence of everything. I don't share my opinion. But people out there that like, when I test something, it's like 40 meters, which is way too fucking close. 40 meters, that's not a good range test. Come on, it is useless, it is dumb. Like, it's 40 meters, I want to rage when I see people do that. I want to do it inside at like 20 meters. Like, the fuck do you mean? You're supposed to show the gun's performance. You don't even need hop up at 20 meters. Or to do it at like 80 meters, which is a absurd thing for most guns to shoot 80 meters if they're not using extremely heavy BBs. By the way, I will do a BB video later on where I talk about BB weight and how fucking important it is. This gun, or these two Airsoft replicas, can literally perform like the best guns you've ever seen in your life or the worst. Anyways, so when you see this, that's not effective. So when you want to see a actual shooting test, they should show an effective graph of, okay, I'm testing my gun, which is effective at 6, what is this? He's set up actually really effective at. Let's see here. Still 2 meters, that's too much. There we go. Okay, so with his setup, I would not go higher than this. With his setup, he can still aim, he can still hit at 80 meters, but it's literally at the toes. Like, that's if he aims at the head, kinda ish, a little bit over the head, and then at 78 meters he can still hit. That's kinda effective range, but at the toes, no. So effective range here would be 61 meters with the setup he's showing on YouTube, which is exactly the same setup that's in here. He's not green GNG bucking and his hop unit. So when he's saying it shoots 83 meters, that is not realistic. I just had to take that out there because it's a really good video. He shows very well how it performs. I will show the video right here now. As you see, he's shooting very freaking far, but it's not effective range. So now, next time you go to the field, you're like, okay, look around, how far I'm shooting, what is my effective range, how can I be effective and shoot people throughout the whole trajectory of my BB. That's effective range. None of this overhopping, lobbing your BBs like a fucking ballista. None of this underhopping, you actually have to turn on your hop. None of this. Let's get a nice middle ground where your airsoft replica is actually efficient. Then you will have a good day. When you find the efficient spot also, remember to have a red dot, a whatever you want to aim with, and actually sight it in too, because now you become a very deadly combo. There's a reason why I'm okay, I'm pretty decent at shooting in airsoft, I'm pretty decent, but I'm running an MTW that's sighted in to 65 meters. That's my sweet spot with this little boy, 65 meters. With the red dot, I can look at people and I hit them in the chest if I aim them in the head at 65 meters, or I will hit them in the head most of the times. That's deadly, that's effective range, because I know where I aim, it will always hit. I don't have to be like, okay, he's around 60 meters away, I need to aim up, I need to aim down, because if I aim up, it will fly over him, or it will not hit him because it doesn't lob long enough, or I need to aim for his testicles, because then it flies up in his head. Like, let's get a nice middle ground, let's try to educate the airsoft community how to do this the best way, like how to do this the most effective way as possible. Because I think the only way we can actually educate people on YouTube or airsoft in general is to be like, okay, so I'm backing this up with data now, I'm backing it up with proof, I'm backing it up with charts that's saying, okay, this is how it actually is. Because I'm tired when I see all these YouTube videos of YouTubers testing shit, like, fuck man, nobody cares about your opinion, just show, is it actually good or not? That's what matters. I don't care that you're paid to promote it, come on, be honest. Like, I've lost a lot of sponsorships where I'm not allowed to post a video because I talk shit about the product. Do you guys remember this one up here? I don't know if you can see the Scorpion. That was with Max. ASG was not very happy. I shared my opinion, I said what was wrong, what was bad. Like, when we educate people on what to buy and what to do and what to, like, how to use the guns, airsoft replicas, and set it up, let's try to be realistic and honest. Show it up with stats, show graphs, show your PowerPoint presentation or whatever you have that backs up your evidence. Like, let's be real, you know? Let's be real with each other, be real with people out there, especially you watching now. Anyways, I hope this rant help your understanding hop up a little bit more, so it's not this mythical creature that people or text or people on YouTube is making sound way too fucking advanced, because it really isn't. Like, it's pretty easy. Now I would like some feedback on the video. Do you understand? Am I clear at explaining myself? Am I rude? Am I annoying? Am I arrogant? And what the fuck am I? I need to learn how to teach and talk about these kind of things, because it's kind of difficult to me, because I want to sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I also don't want to come off arrogant to mask my, you know, like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm doing it the right way. So how do you like it? Anyways, video helpful or not? Write in the comments, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join my freaking Discord. It's probably one of the most helpful Discords on all of YouTube's like Discord communities for airsoft. If you need help with an MTW, if you need help with any HPA system, I can help you. And there's a lot of people that can help you. If you need help with an AG, I cannot help you, but buy an M2W, then I can help you. But there's a lot of AG techs on my YouTube too. There's a lot of codes for stuff that you can buy cheap. There's a lot of good stuff. I don't make anything from it. I just want to make a nice, helpful community. So, yeah. I love you all. Thank you for watching my crazy fucking rant. And I love you.